So we have looked at the configuration of the system we need approximately, and we have discussed that Linux as well as Mac. I'll be showing you the steps for installation of Python later. In fact, we will see a lot of other ways to do Python other than installing Python into the system. So that is coming up as well. So we have installed the Python software or the Python itself. So what version of Python we are going to use? So we will be using Python 3.11 and later. So there is this old version of Python called Python 2.0 or 2.x. We won't be using that. That is a different programming language. In our training, we will be using Python 3. In fact, you can pretty much use any 3x version of the Python, but I always recommend just download the latest version of the Python. So in this training, we'll be using 3.xx. Mostly we will be using a variation of 3.11.x. So this kind of releases every now and then. So if I give you this number, why I'm giving you X is because by the time you install this, there'll be a different version. So you don't have to hunt it down. Anything start with 3 you can use. Should be good to go. So that brings us to the very important program, or the very first program of any programming language. When you learn any programming language, this is the first program you write. I wouldn't say it is the easiest, but it is the first program we will write in most of the programming language, and that is called Hello World. Without further introduction, let me get into the demo straight away. So for this demo, we are going to create a program. So like I mentioned before, programs are nothing but files, and computer programs are nothing but text files. So that's a special type of file which we are going to create. To create a text file, you need a text editor. The simplest text editor in most of the operating system is a variant of Notepad. So I'm going to start a Notepad. In Windows, you can start a Notepad like so. I have other editors as well, but in this case, I'm going to use just a Notepad. I'm going to type print, then open parenthesis. So this is the open bracket, whatever you call it. Then there's a quotes here, and then whatever you want to type, you can type. So this is the simplest Python program. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this file, save as. So this is a text file at the end of the day. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it as a py file. So first let me select the location. So I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to name it in quotes. So if you want to change the extension, you can put quotes here. Yeah, hello world .py. So don't forget this quotes if you're doing this demo. So this quotes are important. Otherwise the extension will be txt. So this code says that ignore this and save the file as py file. So .py is the type of the file we need. So I will shortly discuss about extensions real quick. So I'm going to save this right now, and let's have a look. So this is the file we have created. This is the location which I saved the file, and this is a file. This is an old file. It's not the file which we have created. So this is a file we have created. If I open it again using another editor, if you want, or just the Notepad, I should get the same here. So it's just a text file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to execute this using Python. So for that, I'm going to start a command prompt, the shell we discussed before. So how do we start other programs? Using shell. So that is a shell we have seen before. So I'm going to type it here, cmd, command prompt. So I have started a command prompt here. This is a black window. We have seen it before. Or you can start it from the run as well, like I did before, cmd, like so. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to type Python. So Python I have installed before. I hope you also have installed Python if you're doing this demo. And I'm going to paste that path right here. That is a path which I created the file here, this path. And I'm going to type the file here. So this is the file which I have created. And if I press enter, the program will execute. So as you can see, it has printed hello world. So this is the simplest program we have just created. So let's have a quick look at the code again. Coming back here, so I'm going to edit the code again. I'm going to open it with Notepad, test. I'm going to save it. I pressed Control S or file save. So it is going to save as that file itself. Again, I will execute. I'm expecting the new output. So it has changed. One of the things I would like to mention here is about the extensions. If you're by any chance not able to see this extension, this py.py, what you need to do is go to view. So there is based on the version of Windows, it's on different places. In here, you can see file name extensions. If I uncheck it, it goes. And if I go here and check it, so this is a Windows 11 laptop. So the operating system is Windows 11, but always there is an option to enable this file name extension. So always in programming world, we will always turn this on. So we want to see the extension because the file type, although this is a text file, we want to call it py. Then only Python will understand. So this file should be a .py file. So just to summarize what we have done, we have created our first Python program. We have created a text file using Notepad and created our program. So we have not got into the details of the program. So we don't know what really that code means and what is print, what is hello world, all those things we have not discussed in detail. We will get to that shortly. But what we have done is we have just typed our program and executed using Python and we got the output.